What if the Vatican has been actively concealing a vital part of Jesus's teaching's methods of energy healing? The miracles of Christ weren't supernatural acts, but demonstrations of a forgotten science of energy manipulation, a science the Church actively hides. Are you searching for a deeper connection to your spirituality and the power to heal yourself and others? What if the power to heal has always been within you, deliberately obscured by those seeking to control you? These revelations echo themes found in the Gnostic Gospels and other alternative interpretations of the Bible, texts that describe Jesus as a master healer and empower individuals. Throughout history, many figures and movements have challenged the Vatican's authority and promoted alternative healing practices, such as early Christian healers and Celtic spiritual leaders, but their stories were often rewritten or erased. By understanding these hidden teachings, you could experience spiritual empowerment, self-healing, and a deeper connection to the divine. But what if part of the reason these practices were hidden was to maintain financial control over people's health? Why would the Vatican hide such powerful and transformative teachings, and what are the implications for our understanding of Christianity and our own potential? The core problem is that most Christians are unaware of the energy healing practices of Jesus and the early Church, which limits their understanding of Christ's teachings and their own spiritual potential. This leaves many Christians dependent on external authorities for healing, limiting their access to self-healing and disconnecting them from their bodies' innate healing abilities. But there are hidden teachings within the Bible and other ancient texts that reveal the science and techniques of energy healing, offering a pathway to self-empowerment and spiritual growth. By uncovering these lost teachings, you can unlock your innate healing abilities, deepen your connection to Christ, and reclaim control over your health and well-being. This video will reveal how the Vatican has concealed the true teachings of Christ about energy healing and empower you to reclaim this lost knowledge for your own transformation. We'll examine specific biblical passages, explore the history of suppressed healers, and introduce you to energy healing practices rooted in Christian tradition. By the end, you will discover how to use this power in your everyday life, and you might be surprised by the depth of their potential. Let's begin by exploring the evidence for energy healing in the Bible. So, if the Bible contains evidence of energy healing, why isn't it a central focus of Christian practice? What if the miracles of Jesus weren't supernatural acts, but rather sophisticated applications of a universal energy, a science understood in his time but lost, or perhaps deliberately hidden, to the modern world? The term miracle itself might be a mistranslation, obscuring a deeper understanding of natural laws at play. Perhaps we should consider it as an energy healing demonstration instead. Think about it. Are we truly meant to believe that only a select few, divinely chosen individuals can access healing power? Doesn't that contradict the message of universal love and access to God that Jesus preached? What if the Vatican, throughout history, has subtly shifted the narrative, presenting miracles as solely divine interventions to maintain its authority and control over the flow of spiritual power, and more importantly, the money that flows with it? If Jesus's healings were based on scientific principles, what were those principles, and how were they understood in his time? How, for example, did Jesus heal lepers without succumbing to the disease himself or risking cross-contamination? Let's delve into specific biblical passages with a fresh perspective. Consider the laying on of hands, a practice frequently performed by Jesus and his disciples. Traditionally, it's interpreted as a symbolic gesture of blessing or divine transference. But what if it was also a literal transfer of energy, a channeling of life force to stimulate the recipient's own healing abilities? The Bible tells us, "Your faith has healed you." Now, what if faith wasn't simply blind belief, but a potent combination of focused intention and unwavering expectation, a key ingredient in directing the flow of energy? What if faith is the switch that activates the body's natural healing mechanisms? Consider also how Jesus would often look to the heavens while performing healings. Was this merely a theatrical gesture, Or was it a way to connect with a larger source of energy, drawing down power to amplify his healing abilities? Breath, too, could have played a vital role. Controlled breathing techniques are known to influence energy flow in various spiritual traditions. Perhaps Jesus used specific breathing patterns to enhance his focus and channel energy more effectively. Remember the story of the woman who had been bleeding for 12 years, Matthew 9, 2022. She wasn't directly healed by Jesus' conscious actions. Rather, she intentionally reached out and touched his cloak, believing that even a simple touch would heal her. Her intention was the focus. This brings up a very important distinction that has been intentionally glossed over. Imagine someone seeking to control a population. What better way to do it than convince them that they aren't in control, that they are powerless, and that only some outside force can change their circumstances? It creates dependency, not just on the church or the priest, but on the idea that they are not whole or capable on their own. What if this was intentional? Is there a deeper reason why other traditions with similar healing modalities, like Reiki, Qigong, and pranic healing, have been seen as pagan or even demonic? For example, the laying on of hands bears striking parallels to Reiki hand positions, where practitioners channel energy to specific areas of the body. Qigong and pranic healing also emphasize the flow of vital energy, or Qi, through the body's meridians, similar to the concept of energy pathways described in some interpretations of Christian mysticism. What if these techniques are all different facets of the same universal principle, a principle that the Vatican has actively sought to suppress? But here's what they don't want you to realize. You, too, can tap into this innate healing power. You can use the principles of intention, visualization, and focused energy to promote your own healing and well-being. Start by setting daily intentions for healing. Before you even get out of bed each morning, take a few minutes to visualize yourself healthy, whole, and vibrant. Feel the energy flowing freely through your body, dissolving any blockages or imbalances. Then, try this simple yet powerful visualization technique. Close your eyes and imagine a brilliant white light entering the crown of your head. Feel it filling every cell in your body, cleansing, purifying, and rejuvenating you. You can do this anywhere, anytime, but it doesn't end there. Self-care practices, such as a healthy diet, regular exercise, and effective stress management, are crucial for supporting energy flow. Stress, in particular, is a major blocker. When you're stressed, your body tenses up, restricting the flow of energy and creating imbalances. Find healthy ways to manage stress, whether it's through meditation, yoga, spending time in nature, or pursuing hobbies you enjoy. And remember, community and connection are also vital for healing. Group healings and prayer circles can amplify the power of intention and create a supportive environment for transformation. So here's a challenge for you. Experiment with these techniques and see how they impact your health and well-being. Try the breathing exercises at home. Practice the visualization technique every day for a week. Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community of empowered healers, reclaiming our innate abilities and transforming our lives. We've explored the evidence for energy healing in the Bible and its potential benefits. We've seen how intention, visualization, and focused energy can be used to promote healing. Now, think about this. If these teachings are so powerful and readily available in the Bible, why aren't they more widely known and practiced within Christianity? Why isn't energy healing a mainstream practice in churches around the world? The truth is, there is an active suppression of this information, but the reasons behind this suppression are more complex and far-reaching than you might imagine. Could it be that the Vatican has actively suppressed this knowledge as a means of maintaining power and control, both financially and religiously? Is it possible that the Church profits from our dependence on external healing, discouraging us from exploring our own innate potential? What if the Vatican actively worked to discredit alternative healing practices and silence those who promoted them? In our next section, we will uncover documented cases of suppressed healers and explore the historical evidence for the Vatican's role in concealing this vital knowledge. But the truth is far more complex and disturbing than you might imagine. What we'll discover next is even more shocking, challenging everything you thought you knew about the Vatican and its secrets. Is it possible that the benevolent image the Vatican projects to the world is a carefully constructed facade, masking a darker history of suppressing knowledge and controlling access to healing? What if the Vatican has historically waged a war on healing, silencing those who challenged its authority and maintaining its grip on the spiritual and physical well-being of its followers? Consider this. The common perception of the Church is one of charity, compassion, and divine intervention. But what if its actions have often been driven by a more earthly desire for power, control, and wealth? Let's not mince words. Was the suppression of healing simply a matter of theological differences, or was it a calculated strategy to control not just bodies, but also souls? Let's delve deeper into the historical record. The persecution of healers and midwives during the Middle Ages and the Inquisition is a chilling example of this war on healing. The Malleus Maleficarum, or the Hammer of Witches, a notorious manual for witch hunters, played a key role in demonizing healers, particularly women who possessed knowledge of herbal remedies, childbirth, and other forms of natural healing. These women were often accused of witchcraft and subjected to torture and execution, their knowledge systematically eradicated. But here's what they don't tell you. These women often provided affordable, accessible healthcare to the poor, directly undermining the Church's control over healthcare and the tithes associated with it. Beyond the outright persecution, papal decrees and pronouncements condemned alternative medical practices and promoted reliance on the Church for healing. Specific bulls or edicts forbade certain healing methods, declaring them superstitious or even heretical. The Church actively promoted the idea that illness was a punishment from God, and that the only path to healing was through prayer, repentance, and the intercession of the clergy. What if this narrative served to reinforce the Church's authority as the sole mediator between God and humanity, ensuring a steady stream of revenue from indulgences, relics, and other religious artifacts believed to possess healing powers? Moreover, the Vatican played a significant role in controlling access to medical knowledge. Its vast libraries and institutions held countless ancient texts containing invaluable healing practices, but access was often restricted to a select few, primarily members of the clergy and the elite. Scientific discoveries that challenged the Church's worldview, such as those related to anatomy and physiology, were often suppressed or even condemned. Consider the cases where scientists were persecuted for challenging Galenic medicine, the dominant medical theory endorsed by the Church, even when their own observations and experiments proved it wrong. What if this control over knowledge was a way to maintain its intellectual and spiritual dominance, preventing alternative ideas from gaining traction and threatening its authority? Think about specific stories of Christian healers who were persecuted or silenced by the Church for practicing alternative healing methods. Accounts exist of healers who used herbal remedies, energy-based techniques, or other non-conventional approaches who were branded as heretics and subjected to imprisonment, torture, or even death. Were these healers a threat to the Church's authority because they offered a path to healing that didn't require the Church's intervention? Could it be that the Church feared the loss of control and revenue that would result if people realized they had the power to heal themselves? Here's what most people miss. The suppression of healing knowledge has had a profound and lasting impact on the development of modern medicine. It's arguable that it led to an over-reliance on external interventions, such as pharmaceuticals and surgery, while neglecting the body's innate healing abilities. The limited availability of alternative healing modalities within mainstream healthcare systems is a direct consequence of this historical suppression. The lack of insurance coverage for energy healing practices, for example, reflects a bias towards conventional medicine and a dismissal of alternative approaches. What if this bias is rooted in a centuries-old power struggle where the Church, and now the medical establishment, seeks to maintain its dominance over the healing process? Imagine the spiritual consequences of relying solely on external authorities for healing. A disconnect from the body's innate healing wisdom, a sense of powerlessness and dependence on external forces. A belief that we are somehow broken or incomplete, requiring constant intervention to maintain our health. But here's the thing. You have the power to reclaim your health and well-being. You can question authority, explore alternative healing practices, and tap into your own innate healing potential. One specific action you can take right now is to research local laws about what kind of medical practices can be practiced in your area. Who is making these laws? What are their qualifications? Are they acting in your best interest? Are they suppressing your ability to heal yourself? So here's your challenge. Take control of your health by researching the history of medicine and exploring alternative healing practices. Share your findings in the comments below. Let's create a community of empowered healers, reclaiming our innate abilities and transforming our lives. We've uncovered historical evidence suggesting a war on healing waged by the Vatican and explored its lasting impact on modern medicine and our understanding of health. But what were the specific teachings and practices that the Vatican sought to suppress? And what can they tell us about the true nature of Christ's healing methods? Were there specific gospels that were threatening to the Vatican? What if the Gnostic Gospels and other suppressed teachings offer alternative perspectives on Jesus' healing methods, revealing hidden dimensions of his teachings that have been deliberately concealed from the masses? What if these texts contain the key to unlocking our own healing potential, empowering us to take control of our health and well-being? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about Christianity and the power of healing. What we will discover in the next section will challenge the very foundations of your belief system. What if the Gnostic Gospels hold the key to understanding the true teachings of Christ, teachings centered not on blind faith, but on self-knowledge, personal empowerment, and the innate ability to heal oneself? What if these lost books reveal a Jesus who taught his followers to look within for divine guidance and healing, rather than relying solely on external authority? Consider this. The canonical Gospels emphasize Jesus' miracles as acts of divine intervention performed by a singular figure with supernatural powers. The Gnostic Gospels, however, present a different picture. They portray Jesus as a teacher who imparted esoteric knowledge and practical techniques to his disciples, empowering them to perform similar acts of healing and transformation. While the traditional Gospels emphasize external authority, the Gnostic texts underscore the importance of inner wisdom. The canonical Gospels demand followers. The Gnostic Gospels demand self-reflection. The Gospels also show the ability to lay on hands was not the sole domain of Jesus. Let's delve deeper into specific examples. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." What if this isn't just a metaphorical statement about self-discovery, but a direct reference to the power of our inner energy and its ability to heal or harm us? The key is that the Gospel highlights that our inner wisdom is directly correlated with our ability to heal. It suggests that by understanding ourselves deeply, we can unlock the potential for physical and spiritual well-being. And by not understanding ourselves, we face the potential of self-destruction. It isn't about asking someone else to heal you, but about doing the self-work to be able to heal. Now, consider the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. This text portrays Mary as a spiritual leader and close confidant of Jesus, entrusted with secret teachings that the other disciples struggled to comprehend. She emphasizes the importance of transcending suffering through spiritual understanding and inner guidance. What if this message wasn't just about emotional resilience, but about the ability to directly influence our physical health by shifting our consciousness and releasing limiting beliefs? What if healing is not about asking for forgiveness, but learning to forgive and love yourself. She understands that our connection to the divine is internal, a truth that empowers us to heal ourselves and guide others. The path to healing, then, is inward, not outward. The Gospel of Philip offers another fascinating perspective, highlighting the interconnectedness of all things and the power of love to heal relationships and the body. The concept of spiritual marriage is presented as a union of opposites, a harmonization of inner energies that leads to wholeness. Now, most people miss this. But what if this wasn't just about romantic love, but about the ability to heal divisions within ourselves and our relationships, creating a state of inner harmony that promotes physical health? In other words, when you love yourself, you are in harmony with the universe. Consider this. The Vatican wants you to think the Bible is one cohesive book, but most historians admit that the Bible is a collection of stories and gospels, voted on, edited, and compiled over hundreds of years. So it begs the question, why these gospels and not others? The truth is, most of the lost gospels share a common theme, in that Jesus taught his students hands-on healing. In other words, Jesus wasn't special, he was just more practiced. He taught them techniques that anyone could learn. Imagine the power the Vatican would lose if everyone believed that anyone could heal, that anyone could lay on hands, that anyone could connect with God. So, how can you apply these principles to your own life? Start by exploring your own beliefs and challenging limiting assumptions about your health and well-being. Practice meditation to connect with your inner wisdom and guidance. Keep a dream journal to gain insights into your subconscious mind. Practice self-compassion and forgiveness, releasing any guilt or shame that may be blocking your healing potential. Take time each day to feel gratitude for your body and its innate ability to heal. Then visualize the healing that you desire. The truth is, the more you can see it, the more you will be able to do it. Here's your challenge. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and explore the teachings of the Gnostic Gospels. What resonates with you? What insights do you gain about your own healing potential? Share your experiences in the comments below. Start small by keeping a daily dream journal and see how it influences your inner guidance. We've uncovered the potential of the Gnostic Gospels to empower personal transformation and unlock our innate healing abilities. But if these teachings are so empowering and aligned with Christ's original message, why were they suppressed by the Vatican? What did the early church fear about these teachings? The truth about the Vatican's motives is far more complex and disturbing than you might imagine, and it has profound implications for our understanding of Christianity and the nature of power itself. We will explore the political, economic, and theological factors that led to the suppression of the Gnostic Gospels. Be prepared to question everything. So, what if the Vatican's suppression of energy healing wasn't just about theological differences or maintaining doctrinal purity? What if the motives were far more pragmatic, rooted in a relentless pursuit of power, control, and profit? Think about it. The Vatican, as a historical institution, has always been deeply entwined with worldly power. Its influence has extended far beyond the spiritual realm, shaping political landscapes, controlling vast amounts of wealth, and influencing the lives of billions. The key is that the Vatican's power isn't just spiritual, it's also temporal. Throughout history, it has wielded immense political and economic influence, and this influence is directly tied to its control over information and resources. Now, what if healing knowledge is one of those resources? What if the Vatican understood that by controlling access to healing, they could exert unparalleled control over the population, ensuring dependence and solidifying their own power? How did controlling access to healing knowledge translate into real-world power and influence for the Vatican? Consider the concept of spiritual authority. For centuries, the Church positioned itself as the sole mediator between God and humanity, the ultimate source of truth and salvation. This claim to spiritual authority gave them immense power over people's lives, dictating not only their beliefs, but also their behaviors and choices. Alternative healing practices, which emphasized individual empowerment and direct connection to the divine, directly threatened this authority. If people could heal themselves and connect with God without the Church's intervention, what need would they have for the institution at all? But it goes deeper than that. There were also significant economic incentives for suppressing alternative healing practices. Throughout history, the Church has controlled vast amounts of wealth, often through the sale of indulgences, relics, and other religious artifacts. These practices, framed as offering spiritual healing or protection, generated enormous profits for the Church. Now, what if readily available and effective energy healing techniques threatened this revenue stream? What if people realized they didn't need to buy indulgences to be healed, but could simply tap into their own innate healing abilities? Consider the sale of indulgences during the Middle Ages. The Church promised forgiveness of sins and reduced time in purgatory in exchange for money. This practice, preying on people's fears and anxieties about death and salvation, was a major source of income for the Vatican. What if effective energy healing techniques had been widely available at the time? Would people have been so willing to pay for indulgences if they believed they could heal their own spiritual wounds through inner work and energy manipulation? Furthermore, the Vatican played a significant role in shaping the dominant narrative around health and illness. By demonizing folk healers, midwives, and practitioners of traditional medicine, the Church promoted reliance on Church-sanctioned medical institutions, which were often controlled by or affiliated with the Church. This created a system where people were dependent on external authorities for their health, rather than trusting their own bodies and inner wisdom. Think about the suppression of folk healers and their knowledge of herbal remedies. For centuries, these healers, often women, possessed a deep understanding of the healing properties of plants and natural substances. They provided affordable and accessible healthcare to their communities, but the Church often branded them as witches or heretics, persecuting them and suppressing their knowledge. This not only eliminated competition for Church-sanctioned medical institutions, but also reinforced the idea that true healing could only come from God through the Church. The trial of Galileo Galilei is a prime example of the Vatican using its power to suppress dissenting voices and control the flow of information. Galileo's scientific discoveries, which challenged the Church's geocentric view of the universe, were deemed heretical, and he was forced to recant his findings. Now, what if a similar dynamic played out with energy healing? What if the Vatican feared that the widespread adoption of energy healing techniques would challenge its authority and control over the narrative around health and illness? Now, let's introduce the concept of energy taxes. What if the population is kept sick, not just physically, but also spiritually and emotionally, to maintain dependence on the Church and other institutions that profit from their suffering? This dependence becomes a form of energy tax, where people's life force and vitality are drained to support the systems that control them. The modern-day medical system is also set up as a chronic care system designed to keep you coming back for more. It's a system that manages symptoms instead of finding cures. So, how can you break free from this matrix of control and reclaim your power to heal yourself and others? Start by questioning medical advice and seeking out alternative perspectives. Educate yourself about different energy healing modalities, such as Reiki, Qigong, and pranic healing. Find qualified practitioners who resonate with you and who empower you to take control of your own health. Support independent healers and grassroots movements that promote access to alternative medicine. Here are some actionable steps you can take today. Research different energy healing modalities and find one that aligns with your beliefs and values. Seek out a qualified practitioner in your area and schedule a consultation. Start a daily meditation practice to connect with your inner wisdom and healing potential. Question any medical advice you receive and get a second opinion from a trusted healthcare professional. Support local farmers and businesses that promote healthy, sustainable living. It's also crucial to apply critical thinking to all areas of your life, not just healthcare. Question the narratives you're told by the media, politicians, and other authority figures. Develop your own independent judgment and trust your intuition. Remember that you have the power to create your own reality, and that includes your health and well-being. Here's your challenge. Become a conscious consumer of healthcare information and challenge the dominant narratives that limit your understanding of healing. Get second opinions, research the history of medical practices, and question the motives of those who control the healthcare system. Share your insights and actions in the comments below. The more we connect, the more we can wake. We've explored the Vatican's motives for suppressing energy healing, focusing on power, control, and profit. But what if the Vatican's motives were even more sinister than simply maintaining power and control? What if there was a deeper, more metaphysical reason for suppressing this knowledge? Prepare to delve into the realm of esoteric knowledge and explore the battle between light and darkness, a hidden war for the soul that has been waged for centuries. We will uncover the ancient secrets that the Vatican may have sought to protect from the masses, secrets that could challenge the very foundations of their power, and reveal the ultimate truth about the Vatican's role in shaping human consciousness and the destiny of the planet. But what if the Vatican's suppression of energy healing wasn't just about money and power, but a war for your very soul? What if this isn't just a political or historical issue, but a battle spanning multiple dimensions, a fight for control of human consciousness itself? Think about it. The Vatican's secrecy, the control over information, the manipulation of narratives, could all of this be part of a larger plan to control your connection to Source, to God? Consider that everything, at its core, is energy and consciousness. Modern physics is increasingly validating this ancient wisdom. If reality is fundamentally energy, then controlling energy equals controlling reality. And if consciousness shapes reality, then controlling consciousness equals controlling everything. Now, what if the Vatican understands this at a deeper level, and their actions are driven by a desire to control these fundamental elements of existence? Here's where it gets really interesting. Let's explore the concept of archons, entities described in Gnostic texts as parasitic beings that feed on human energy. These entities are said to thrive on negative emotions like fear, anxiety, and anger, and they seek to keep humanity enslaved in a state of ignorance and suffering. Think of them like psychic vampires, constantly draining your life force and keeping you from realizing your full potential. Now, what if the Vatican, knowingly or unknowingly, is acting as a conduit for these forces, creating a system that perpetuates fear, guilt, and dependence, thereby feeding the archons and keeping humanity in a state of spiritual bondage? The truth is, esoteric knowledge, such as alchemy, sacred geometry, and the mysteries of consciousness, has been suppressed throughout history. These disciplines offer profound insights into the nature of reality and the power of the human mind, but they've been kept hidden from the masses, often under lock and key in the Vatican's secret archives. The Vatican's control over ancient texts that contain this knowledge is a critical piece of this puzzle. Furthermore, what about the concept of soul contracts? Could it be possible that by participating in certain religious rituals or adhering to specific doctrines, we're unknowingly signing contracts that bind us to a particular belief system, limiting our spiritual freedom and keeping us trapped in a cycle of reincarnation? Is the Church deceiving even its most devout followers? So, how can you protect yourself from these negative influences and reclaim your spiritual sovereignty? The key is to raise your vibration, cultivate self-awareness, and connect with your inner guidance. Shielding your energy field is paramount, like creating a force field around yourself that repels negativity and allows only positive energy to flow through. Imagine surrounding yourself with a bubble of pure white light, visualizing it expanding and strengthening with each breath you take. This simple practice can make a profound difference in your ability to resist manipulation and maintain your inner peace. Taking medical sovereignty, will help with reclaiming your spiritual sovereignty as well. You can take responsibility for your body and your health. Educate yourself on the chronic care system. In addition, disconnecting from fear-based belief systems is essential. Many religious doctrines are rooted in fear, guilt, and the threat of eternal damnation. Question these beliefs, challenge their validity, and choose to embrace a more loving and empowering view of the divine. Practicing forgiveness, both of yourself and others, is also crucial. Holding on to resentment and anger only serves to drain your energy and keep you trapped in a cycle of negativity. Embrace your divine potential, recognizing that you are a powerful being with the ability to create your own reality. Discernment and critical thinking are essential tools for navigating the spiritual landscape and avoiding manipulation. Question everything, especially that which is presented as absolute truth. Seek out alternative perspectives, do your own research, and trust your intuition. The truth resonates within you, and you have the power to discern it from falsehood. And most importantly, remember that you are not alone. Unite with others to create a more positive and empowering reality. Seek out communities of like-minded individuals who are committed to spiritual growth and collective healing. Support each other's journeys, share your insights, and work together to create a world based on love, compassion, and freedom. So here's your challenge. Take responsibility for your own consciousness and actively resist the forces that seek to control you. Start with daily practices for raising your vibration and protecting your energy field. Question religious dogma and seek out alternative perspectives. Share your insights and actions in the comments below. The more we awaken, the more powerful we become. We've explored the Vatican's potential motives for suppressing energy healing, including the war for the soul and the control of human consciousness. But what is the real message of Christ, and how can we free ourselves from these traps? What if the true teachings of Christ, emphasizing love, compassion, forgiveness, and the power of self-healing, have been deliberately obscured by the Vatican's agenda? In the next section, we will explore the lost art of Christian energy healing and reveal these true teachings, providing practical techniques for you to experience Christ's healing power for yourself. Prepare to awaken your inner Christ and unlock the secrets to a life of limitless love, joy, and healing. What if the true teachings of Christ, the ones that could unlock your potential for self-healing and spiritual liberation, have been intentionally hidden, buried beneath layers of dogma and misinterpretation? What if the Vatican's emphasis on sin, guilt, and external authority has obscured the very message Christ came to share? The power of love, compassion, and forgiveness to heal ourselves and the world. What were these practical techniques, and how can we rediscover and apply them today, not as passive followers, but as active embodiments of Christ's healing energy? Consider the possibility that the blueprint of your soul is encoded with the virtues of love, forgiveness, and compassion. When we truly embrace these principles, we unlock our innate ability to heal not just ourselves, but also those around us. Think about the biblical passage, love your neighbor as yourself. It's not just a nice sentiment. It's a powerful directive for creating a ripple effect of healing. If you extend genuine love and compassion to others, you are, in essence, healing the relationships that connect you, and in doing so, healing yourself. But how? Forgiveness, often seen as a religious virtue, can also be understood as a profound energy release. The phrase, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do," takes on a new dimension when viewed through the lens of energy healing. Holding on to anger, resentment, and bitterness creates blockages in our energy field, preventing the free flow of life force. Forgiveness, then, becomes the key to unlocking these blockages, restoring harmony and allowing healing to occur. It's not just about absolving others. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of negativity that bind you. The key is to find forgiveness. Self-compassion, often overlooked, is an indispensable component of the healing process. Too often, we are our own harshest critics, judging ourselves relentlessly and perpetuating a cycle of self-blame. The parable of the prodigal son offers a powerful message of unconditional love and acceptance. Just as the father in the story welcomes his son back with open arms, so too must we extend the same compassion to ourselves, recognizing our inherent worthiness and treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. It's a journey into self-acceptance. But how does one even begin? These teachings aren't unique to Christianity. They echo throughout other spiritual traditions, from the Buddhist emphasis on compassion to the Hindu concept of selfless service, or seva. The universality of these principles suggests that they are not merely religious doctrines, but rather fundamental truths about the nature of reality and the human experience. It's about recognizing what is deep down inside. Here's where it gets interesting. Modern scientific research is increasingly validating the power of love, compassion, and forgiveness to promote health and well-being. Studies have shown that acts of kindness and compassion can boost the immune system, reduce stress hormones, and even lengthen lifespan. Forgiveness has been linked to lower blood pressure, reduced anxiety, and improved mental health. These findings suggest that Christ's teachings weren't just spiritual platitudes. They were practical guidelines for optimizing our physical and emotional health. The power of love and compassion are undeniable. So, how can you embody these teachings in your daily life? Start by practicing gratitude. Each day, take a few moments to appreciate the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. Offer acts of service to others, whether it's volunteering your time, helping a neighbor, or simply offering a kind word. Practice forgiveness, both of yourself and others, by releasing past hurts and letting go of resentment. Even small acts can make a big difference. Try this. Set aside 15 minutes each day for a guided meditation focused on cultivating self-compassion. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, loving light and repeat affirmations such as, "I am worthy of love and compassion. I forgive myself for my mistakes, and I am healing and growing stronger each day." Visualize yourself extending love and compassion to those around you and feel the ripple effect of healing energy spreading outwards. It's also crucial to set healthy boundaries and disconnect from toxic relationships. Energy vampires, people who drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted, can sabotage your healing process. Learn to recognize these individuals and create distance from them, protecting your energy field and prioritizing your well-being. Remember that you are in control of your reality. The key is to remember that intention and belief play a crucial role in directing energy flow for healing. Use affirmations to manifest health and well-being, repeating positive statements about your body, mind, and spirit. Visualize yourself as healthy, vibrant, and whole, and believe in your ability to heal. Your thoughts create your reality. Here's your challenge. Choose one act of love, compassion, or forgiveness to perform each day for the next week. Write a letter of forgiveness to someone who has hurt you, help a stranger in need, or simply take some time for self-care, nurturing your body, mind, and spirit. Share your experiences in the comments below, inspiring others to embark on their own journey of healing. We've explored the lost art of Christian energy healing, revealing the power of love, compassion, and forgiveness to transform our lives. But how can we reclaim our connection to these teachings and create a more loving and compassionate world? What practical techniques can we use to unlock our inner Christ and live a life of limitless love, joy, and healing? In the next section, we will delve deeper into specific energy healing practices, meditation techniques, and spiritual practices that can empower you to embark on your own journey of self-discovery and spiritual empowerment. Prepare to step into your true power and create a world where love reigns supreme, because what we'll discover next is a path to spiritual freedom and fulfillment. What if your body isn't just a collection of cells and organs, but a sacred temple, a vessel designed to receive, store, and radiate the healing energy of Christ consciousness itself? What if the limitations you've been taught to believe about your physical form, its flaws, its fragility, its separation from the divine, are nothing more than carefully constructed illusions, obscuring the truth of your innate potential? Is it possible you already possess all the tools necessary to transform your physical existence, to unlock the divine healing power within? The key to understanding this lies in recognizing the body's energetic architecture, an ancient map of its power centers known as the chakra system. Think of the human body like a magnificent church, with different areas dedicated to various aspects of spirituality and worship. Each of the 7 main chakras, root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown, represents a specific energetic center, linked to distinct physical, emotional, and spiritual functions. The root chakra, located at the base of the spine, governs our sense of security and survival, while the sacral chakra, just below the navel, is the seat of creativity and passion. Moving upwards, the solar plexus chakra in the abdomen embodies our personal power and self-esteem. The heart chakra, in the center of the chest, radiates love and compassion, reflecting the very essence of Christ's teachings. The throat chakra, in the neck, governs communication and self-expression. The third eye chakra, between the eyebrows, is the center of intuition and psychic awareness. And finally, the crown chakra at the top of the head connects us to divine consciousness, the ultimate source of healing energy. Now, consider this. What happens when these energy centers become blocked or imbalanced? Just as a church can fall into disrepair, our chakras can become congested with negative emotions, limiting beliefs, and unresolved traumas, hindering the flow of healing energy throughout our being. A blocked root chakra might manifest as anxiety, fear, or financial instability. A blocked sacral chakra as creative stagnation or emotional suppression. A blocked solar plexus as low self-esteem or a feeling of powerlessness. A blocked heart chakra can manifest as loneliness, isolation, or difficulty giving and receiving love. These energetic blockages can eventually manifest as physical ailments, creating a cascade of disease within the body. But here's the truth. The power to clear these blockages and restore balance lies within you. It's also important to remember that the chakra system isn't unique to Christianity. Similar energetic systems can be found in various spiritual traditions around the world. Traditional Chinese medicine utilizes meridians, pathways through which vital energy, or qi, flows, while yoga speaks of nadis, subtle energy channels that crisscross the body. These different systems, though described in different languages and cultural contexts, point to the same underlying reality. The human body is a complex network of energy, and maintaining its harmonious flow is essential for health and well-being. Ancient artwork often depicts Jesus and other religious figures with halos, radiant circles of light emanating from their heads. What if these halos weren't merely symbolic, but representations of the energy fields, or chakras, surrounding the body, visible to those with heightened spiritual perception? The key is to remember that you can activate and balance your energy centers through practices such as meditation, visualization, and affirmations. Think of meditation as a way to quiet the mind and connect with your inner Christ, allowing healing energy to flow freely. Visualize light filling each chakra, clearing away blockages and restoring balance. Affirmations, positive statements repeated with intention, can reprogram limiting beliefs and create new patterns of energy flow. For example, to work with the root chakra, you might focus on grounding activities like walking in nature or connecting with the earth. You could also eat red-colored foods, such as beets or pomegranates, which resonate with the root chakra's energy. For the sacral chakra, engage in creative activities like painting, dancing, or writing. Enjoy orange-colored foods like oranges and carrots. Yellow foods such as bananas and corn can assist in clearing blockages in the solar plexus. Imagine yourself being filled with divine light, radiating outwards to heal every cell in your body. It's also important to practice self-care, nourishing your body with healthy foods, engaging in regular exercise, and spending time in nature. Nature has an incredible ability to connect us to our bodies, grounding us in the present moment and restoring our energetic balance. Healthy eating fuels the body, whereas exercises promotes the circulation. The teachings of Christ constantly show the importance of being in touch with one's body. So, here's your challenge. Choose one chakra to focus on each day for the next week. Practice specific techniques for balancing it, whether it's meditation, visualization, affirmations, or connecting with the corresponding element or color. Keep a journal of your experiences, noticing the impact on your health and well-being. Share your findings in the comments below, inspiring others to embark on their own journey of energetic healing. We've explored the power of the body as an energy temple, the chakra system as a map of its energetic architecture, and practices for activating Christ consciousness within. But why have these practices and understandings about the body's energetic potential been largely suppressed or ignored within mainstream Christianity? What is stopping the flow of energy? Could it be that the emphasis on external authority has obscured the very real power that lies within each of us, waiting to be awakened? In the next section, we will delve into the historical and potential reasons for the Vatican's suppression of this knowledge, revealing the dark secrets that have kept humanity disconnected from its innate healing abilities. What if the key to unlocking your full healing potential lies in understanding the Vatican's hidden agenda? What if the Vatican's pursuit of power extends beyond the earthly realm, reaching into the very fabric of consciousness itself? What if their vast archives contain not just historical documents, but also a deep understanding of the energetic forces that shape reality, battles for consciousness being waged on a cosmic chessboard? Is it possible that the Vatican isn't merely concerned with controlling earthly kingdoms, but with guarding access to higher dimensions, deliberately controlling the flow of vital life force to humanity? The idea that the Vatican is solely focused on earthly power, wealth, and influence, while partially true, may be a limited perspective. What if they also possess knowledge of, and are influenced by, non-physical entities or forces, unseen players in this cosmic drama? Could it be they are acting as gatekeepers of energy, understanding energy in a way far beyond our current scientific comprehension? Think of the Vatican as the headquarters of a corporation that transcends the physical world, a corporation that deals in consciousness, belief, and the very essence of reality itself. This perspective shifts the focus from mere earthly dominion to a much grander, more profound struggle for the minds and souls of humanity. The implication is that the stakes are far higher than we previously imagined. But here's the thing. What if the Vatican is guarding not just physical treasures, but energetic pathways, manipulating what some call frequency fences or energetic grids that control consciousness? Imagine these frequency fences as invisible barriers, subtle layers of energetic influence that can be manipulated to limit awareness and suppress spiritual growth. Certain frequencies can trap people in cycles of fear, anxiety, and materialism, while others can open doorways to higher states of consciousness, intuition, and inner peace. The control of these frequencies, then, becomes the ultimate form of power, a way to shape the collective reality of humanity. The elite and the Vatican may be trying to make Earth a low vibrational plane in order to maintain control. Now, consider this. What role do rituals, symbols, and architectural designs play in maintaining these frequency fences? Is it possible that certain practices within the Vatican, passed down through generations, are designed to subtly influence the energetic field of the planet? Imagine St. Peter's Basilica, not just as a house of worship, but as an energetic antenna, subtly shaping the collective consciousness of millions. The placement of the Arbes Dies in St. Peter's Square, an ancient Egyptian symbol of sun worship, takes on a new light when viewed through this lens. What if these symbols and structures are not merely decorative, but functional components of an elaborate energetic system, influencing the flow of consciousness itself? Consider the possibility that the Vatican's appropriation of earlier religious sites and symbols masks a deeper understanding of the energetic principles at play. The historical roots of the Vatican's energetic practices could trace back to ancient mystery schools or even pagan traditions, long before the rise of Christianity. These mystery schools, often shrouded in secrecy, possessed advanced knowledge of the human energy field, the power of ritual, and the connection between consciousness and reality. It's plausible that some of this knowledge was absorbed and adapted by the early church, shaping its practices and beliefs in ways that are not immediately apparent. Think of Constantine's conversion to Christianity and how that shaped the church, and how that in turn shaped the modern world. Who influenced Constantine? It may be impossible to determine the answer. Now, the shocking truth is that hidden in plain sight, secret societies, such as the Knights Templar, were responsible for the creation of the current banking system, a system that has kept the world in a low vibration for centuries. But here's what most people miss. The banking system is just a small part of the overall control structure. What if there is another structure in place above the banking system? But here's where it gets interesting. The Vatican, like any institution, is composed of individuals, some of whom may be aware of these energetic dynamics, while others may simply be following tradition. Regardless of individual awareness, the collective effect of these practices can be profound, shaping the consciousness of billions and influencing the course of human history. But this knowledge is available to everyone. The key is that you must seek it out. So, how can we identify and dismantle these frequency fences in our own lives, reclaiming our energetic sovereignty and freeing ourselves from external control? The first step is awareness. By raising your consciousness, cultivating positive emotions, and connecting with your inner guidance, you can begin to see through the illusions that these fences create. Practice mindfulness, gratitude, and acts of kindness, shifting your energetic vibration and aligning yourself with higher frequencies of love, compassion, and joy. These emotions act as a wrecking ball to the foundation of these frequency fences. Now, here's the thing. You can clear energetic blockages and strengthen your own energy fields through simple yet powerful techniques. Grounding techniques, such as walking barefoot on the earth or visualizing roots extending from your feet into the core of the planet, can help you to stabilize your energy and disconnect from external influences. Visualization exercises, such as imagining a shield of golden light surrounding your body, can protect you from negative energies and psychic attacks. Sound healing, using instruments like singing bowls or tuning forks, can help to clear energetic imbalances and restore harmony to your being. Start by spending just 10 minutes a day in quiet meditation, visualizing a shield of white light surrounding you, deflecting negative energies and amplifying your own inner radiance. You may not feel the difference at first, but with consistent practice, you will definitely notice. It's also vital to protect yourself from negative energies and psychic attacks by setting healthy boundaries and disconnecting from toxic relationships. Recognize and avoid energy vampires, individuals who drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted. Learn to say no to demands that compromise your well-being and prioritize your own self-care. Remember, your energy is a precious resource, and it's your responsibility to protect it. You have the ability to raise your vibration to block anything that is sent your way. Remember, the power of intention and belief in creating your own reality and resisting external control cannot be overstated. Use affirmations and visualizations to manifest a more positive and empowering future, focusing on what you want to create rather than what you want to avoid. Affirm, I am sovereign, I am free, I am the master of my own destiny. Believe in your own power to shape your reality and watch as your world begins to transform. Now, here's your challenge. Become aware of the energetic influences in your environment and take steps to protect your energy field and raise your vibration. Spend time in nature, practicing meditation, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. Share your experiences in the comments below, inspiring others to reclaim their energetic sovereignty and create a world of love, freedom, and joy. By becoming aware of your energetic body, you are able to make active change in your life. We've explored the potential motives of the Vatican in controlling energetic knowledge, the existence of frequency fences that limit consciousness, and actionable techniques for reclaiming your energetic sovereignty. So, how can we move beyond these control structures and create a world where everyone has access to the full spectrum of their energetic potential, freeing themselves from these imposed limitations? What if the answer lies in understanding the concept of the cosmic Christ, a universal consciousness of love and compassion that transcends religious dogma and empowers individuals to heal themselves and others? Prepare to discover how you can become a conduit for this cosmic Christ consciousness, radiating love and healing into a world desperately in need of your light. In the next section, we will step into your true power and become a beacon of light in a world that desperately needs your love and compassion. What if the image of Christ you hold in your mind, the one carefully curated by religious institutions, is just a pale imitation of a far grander, more empowering truth? What if the true message of Christ has been deliberately obscured, not to diminish his importance, but to conceal the boundless potential that lies dormant within each and every one of us? The implications of this are staggering. Consider this: the cosmic Christ is not a religious figure bound by dogma or historical constraints, but a universal energy of love, compassion, and healing, accessible to all, regardless of their beliefs or background. It is the very essence of creation, the divine spark that resides within every human heart. This is not about replacing the historical Jesus, but expanding our understanding of his teachings to encompass the infinite possibilities of human consciousness. The key is to see Christ not as an external savior, but as an inner potential waiting to be awakened. The question then becomes, if the cosmic Christ is within us all, how can we awaken this potential and contribute to a global shift in consciousness? To understand this, we need to delve deeper into the interconnectedness of all things, a concept increasingly validated by quantum physics. Consider the phenomenon of quantum entanglement, where two particles become linked in such a way that they share the same fate, regardless of the distance separating them. When one particle changes its state, the other particle instantaneously mirrors that change, even if they are light years apart. This suggests that at a fundamental level, all beings are interconnected, sharing a unified field of consciousness. Now, think about the implications of non-locality, another quantum principle suggesting that information can be transmitted instantaneously across vast distances, seemingly defying the limitations of space and time. This hints at a reality where our thoughts, emotions, and intentions can have a far-reaching impact, influencing events and individuals beyond our immediate perception. Is it possible that love, compassion, and healing can be transmitted in a similar fashion? But there's more. Collective consciousness, the shared beliefs, ideas, and moral attitudes which operate as a unifying force within society, is now being examined to determine how it can affect world peace. A study published in the Journal of Conflict Resolution showed a 28% decrease in violent crime rates during periods of mass meditation, suggesting that collective intention can indeed influence reality. This highlights the power of collective consciousness and intention to influence reality, citing examples of mass meditations affecting global events or scientific studies. Imagine a world where enough individuals awaken to the cosmic Christ consciousness, creating a tipping point where love and compassion become the dominant forces shaping our reality. What if this tipping point is closer than we think? The potential for a love-based reality to emerge as more individuals embrace the cosmic Christ consciousness is real, replacing fear and separation with unity and compassion. Think about the impact this new consciousness could have on global issues: environmental crisis, world hunger, social injustice. Imagine a world where decisions are made not out of greed or self-interest, but out of a deep sense of interconnectedness and responsibility for the well-being of all. Throughout the ages, figures in all religions have sought Christ consciousness. But how can we bridge the gap between this grand vision and the reality of our daily lives? The key is to become the embodiment of cosmic Christ consciousness in our daily lives. This isn't about waiting for a divine intervention or seeking salvation from an external source. It's about actively cultivating love, compassion, and forgiveness in every thought, word, and action. Start by practicing radical forgiveness, releasing yourself from the burden of resentment and blame. Understand that everyone is doing the best they can with the level of consciousness they possess, and extend compassion to those who have caused you harm. Forgiveness isn't about condoning harmful actions, but freeing yourself from the energetic chains that bind you to the past. Visualize cutting those chains, releasing yourself and the other person with love and compassion. Apply this by actively cultivating empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of others, and seeking to understand their perspectives, even if you don't agree with them. Listen with an open heart, suspending judgment and seeking to connect with the human experience beneath the surface of beliefs and opinions. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to one another, dissolving the illusion of separation and revealing our shared humanity. You can use this by engaging in acts of service, offering your time, energy, and resources to those in need. Whether it's volunteering at a local soup kitchen, donating to a worthy cause, or simply offering a helping hand to a neighbor, acts of service are a powerful way to embody the love and compassion of the cosmic Christ. Stand up for what is right, even when it's unpopular or uncomfortable. Be a voice for the voiceless, a champion for the marginalized, and a beacon of light in a world shrouded in darkness. It all starts within. Another crucial step is breaking free from judgment, negativity, and fear-based thinking. Notice the negative thoughts that arise in your mind and challenge their validity. Are they based on truth, or are they simply projections of your own fears and insecurities? Reframe negative thought processes by focusing on the positive aspects of every situation and by replacing fear-based thoughts with thoughts of love, gratitude, and compassion. Visualize a world based on compassion, love, and equality. The implications of this are powerful, but it starts with you. Now, here's your challenge. Commit to one act of kindness or compassion each day for the next month and notice the ripple effect it creates in your life and the world around you. Volunteer in a local soup kitchen, homeless shelter, or humane society. Offer a listening ear to a friend in need. Send a message of encouragement to someone who is struggling. Share your experiences in the comments below, inspiring others to join this global movement of love and compassion. By doing so, you will change the world. So, we've explored the potential for a global shift in consciousness through the awakening of the cosmic Christ within individuals. If this shift is underway, what role does the Vatican play, and are there forces within the Church that are working towards the light? What if, within the Vatican itself, there exists a soft revolution, led by those seeking to restore Christ's true message of love and healing, subtly undermining the darker agendas that have dominated for centuries? What if the whispers of a new dawn in the Catholic Church are not just wishful thinking, but the first rays of a rising sun? What if the Vatican is not a monolithic entity, but a complex web of individuals, some of whom are actively seeking to bring about a more enlightened and compassionate future for humanity? In the next section, we will see the future of the Church. What if the narrative of the Catholic Church as an unyielding monolith of power and control is only half the story? What if, hidden beneath the surface of rigid dogma and historical controversies, a gentle revolution is quietly unfolding? Is it possible that within this ancient institution, seeds of profound change are beginning to sprout, nurtured by individuals dedicated to restoring Christ's original message of love, healing, and boundless compassion? The truth is, even within the Vatican's long and complex history, there have always been figures who embodied the spirit of Christ in its purest form, advocating for compassion, healing, and social justice. Think of Hildegard of Bingen, a a 12th century Benedictine abbess, mystic, and healer. She not only challenged church authority with her visions and writings, but also practiced herbal medicine, offering practical healing to her community. Her approach, deeply rooted in her faith and connection to nature, can be seen as a form of subtle resistance, a gentle revolution against the rigid structures of her time. Or consider figures like Dorothy Day, the founder of the Catholic worker movement, who dedicated her life to serving the poor and marginalized, challenging the economic and social inequalities of her time. The key is to recognize these individuals not as anomalies, but as embodiments of the true spirit of Christ working within the confines of a powerful institution. Could it be that their actions, though seemingly small, have planted seeds of change that are now beginning to blossom? Liberation theology, which emerged in Latin America in the 20th century, is another powerful example of a movement that challenged the status quo from within the church. By emphasizing social justice and the preferential option for the poor, liberation theologians sought to apply the teachings of Jesus to the concrete realities of poverty and oppression. This movement, though controversial, sparked a profound shift in consciousness, inspiring countless individuals to work for a more just and equitable world. It also showed how Hansen healing could affect social change. The act of helping someone in need can have wide-reaching consequences. But here's what most people miss. Countless Catholic social workers, teachers, and activists dedicate their lives to serving others and promoting peace and justice, often working in the shadows and challenging systemic inequalities. These individuals, driven by their faith and compassion, are the unsung heroes of the Church, quietly transforming lives and communities. They are the embodiment of Christ's love in action, the living proof that the spirit of compassion is alive and well within the Catholic tradition. Think about the implications of this. While the media often focuses on the scandals and controversies within the Church, these everyday acts of kindness and service often go unnoticed. Now, consider this. Some Catholic theologians are actively reinterpreting traditional doctrines to be more inclusive, compassionate, and aligned with modern scientific understandings. For example, some are re-examining the doctrine of original sin, moving away from the idea of inherent human depravity and towards a more hopeful view of human potential. Others are exploring the concept of salvation in a broader, more universal context, suggesting that salvation is not limited to members of the Church, but is available to all who seek truth and love. And let's not forget all the lay practitioners of Hansen healing that have existed throughout time that were part of the Church. Is it possible that these reinterpretations are paving the way for a more inclusive and compassionate understanding of Christianity? So, how can you support these positive forces within the Vatican, these emissaries of light, working to transform the Church from within? One way is to align your actions with theirs, becoming an energy ally in their mission of love and compassion. Research and support Catholic organizations that promote social justice, peace, and environmental stewardship. By directing your energy and resources towards these organizations, you can amplify their impact and help them to create a more positive world. And remember, support doesn't always mean monetary. Support those doing good work with prayer and visualization. Imagine a world based on compassion, love, and equality. Also, consider engaging in respectful dialogue with Catholics who hold different views, emphasizing common ground and shared values. Instead of focusing on disagreements, seek to understand their perspectives and find areas of agreement. Listen with empathy, ask open-ended questions, and focus on shared values such as love, compassion, and service. This approach can help to bridge divides and foster a more inclusive and understanding community. Think about the power of prayer and positive intention. Send love and light to those working to bring about positive change within the Vatican, visualizing a more compassionate and just church. Prayer and positive intention can have a powerful impact on the world around us, influencing events and individuals in ways that we may not fully understand. And for those within the Church who feel called to enact positive change, know that your voice matters. Direct action is the best thing to do. So, we've explored the potential for positive change within the Vatican, highlighting the individuals and movements that are working to restore Christ's true message of love and healing. But what if the true transformation lies not within any institution, but within ourselves? What if the key to creating a world of love, compassion, and healing lies not in changing the Vatican, but in changing ourselves? Prepare to discover the ultimate secret to creating a world of love, peace, and abundance, a secret that lies not in changing external structures, but in changing our internal consciousness, for the world you want can begin now. What if the most radical act of rebellion against a system designed to control you is simply loving yourself unconditionally? What if forgiveness, not just of others, but of yourself, is the key to unlocking a power that has been deliberately suppressed? The elite, those who benefit from a world steeped in self-doubt and recrimination, understand this all too well. The more you hate yourself, the easier you are to control. The more you forgive yourself, the more difficult you are to manage. But if self-love and forgiveness are so transformative, so world-shatteringly powerful, how can we cultivate these qualities within ourselves and unlock their potential to heal not only our own lives, but the world? The science is now catching up to what the mystics have known for centuries. Self-love and forgiveness are not just feel-good concepts. They are potent forces with tangible effects on your body and mind. Think about the placebo effect. A sugar pill, given with the belief that it will heal, can trigger the body's own healing mechanisms. This demonstrates the immense power of the mind to influence physical reality. Now, consider the vagus nerve, the longest cranial nerve in the body, which connects the brain to the heart, gut, and other major organs. Self-compassion and positive emotions stimulate the vagus nerve, promoting relaxation, reducing inflammation, and boosting the immune system. Conversely, self-criticism and negative emotions can weaken the vagus nerve, contributing to stress and disease. What's more, mirror neurons, these incredible cells in our brains, allow us to feel empathy by mirroring the emotions of others. When you extend compassion towards yourself, you're not only healing yourself, you're strengthening your capacity for empathy and connection with others, creating a ripple effect of positivity. Let's not forget the butterfly effect, the idea that a small change in initial conditions can create a significant difference in the outcome. A single act of self-love, a moment of forgiveness, a conscious choice to prioritize your well-being, these seemingly small actions can create a ripple effect that expands outward, positively influencing your relationships, your community, and even global events. This echoes through countless ancient spiritual traditions. Buddhist teachings emphasize loving-kindness meditation, a practice that cultivates feelings of warmth, compassion, and acceptance towards oneself and others. The Hindu concept of ahimsa, nonviolence, extends not only to physical actions, but also to thoughts and words, emphasizing the importance of self-compassion and non-judgment. And what of Christianity? The core principles of unconditional love and grace, often preached but rarely fully embodied, offer a path to self-acceptance and forgiveness that transcends our perceived limitations. The impact of therapy, now backed by extensive research, provides another compelling example. Studies consistently demonstrate that therapy can lead to significant improvements in mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. And these benefits extend far beyond the individual, positively impacting their families, communities, and even future generations. So how can you start to harness this power? First, create a personalized self-care routine that nourishes your body, mind, and spirit. This could include activities such as exercise, healthy eating, spending time in nature, listening to music, or engaging in creative pursuits. Prioritize activities that bring you joy and help you to feel grounded and connected to yourself. Next, practice daily affirmations that reinforce your worthiness and potential, Replace negative self-talk with positive statements that affirm your inherent value and abilities. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," try repeating, "I am worthy of love and success." Then, keep a gratitude journal to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Each day, write down 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. This practice can help to shift your focus from what's lacking in your life to what you already have, fostering a sense of contentment and appreciation. The key is to also set healthy boundaries, both with yourself and with others. Learn to say no to requests that drain your energy or compromise your values. Identify and release limiting beliefs that undermine your self-esteem. Challenge negative thoughts and replace them with more empowering perspectives. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion in the face of challenges. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. Holding on to resentment and bitterness only harms you. Let go of the past and embrace the possibility of a brighter future. Commit to performing one act of self-love or forgiveness each day and document the impact it has on your relationships, your work, and your overall sense of well-being. Keep a journal and track your progress. So, we've seen how self-love and forgiveness can transform your life, impacting your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and rippling outwards to affect the world around you. But what if the power of self-love and forgiveness extends beyond our individual experiences, influencing the very fabric of reality itself? Is it possible that our individual and collective consciousness plays a role in shaping the world around us, and that by transforming ourselves, we can transform reality? In the next section, we will delve into the mysteries of consciousness, explore the concept of a simulated universe, and uncover the secrets to creating a reality based on love, joy, and abundance. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about the universe and your role in shaping its destiny, for the truth is far more astonishing than you can imagine. What if the world around you isn't what it seems, but a meticulously crafted simulation? What if the chair you're sitting on, the sky you see, and even your own body are nothing more than lines of code, expertly rendered to create the illusion of reality? It's not science fiction anymore, but a growing philosophical and even scientific consideration that challenges the very foundation of what we perceive to be true. Think about it. The more advanced technology becomes, the more sophisticated our simulations get. Video games, once blocky and pixelated, now boast photorealistic graphics and immersive virtual worlds. Virtual reality is only beginning. If this trajectory continues, and there's no reason to believe that it won't, we may eventually reach a point where simulated realities are indistinguishable from the real world. Elon Musk, among others, has famously stated that there's a very high chance we're living in a simulation. What if he knows something we don't? This isn't just idle speculation. It's a profound question with far-reaching implications. If our reality is a simulation, who are the programmers and what is their purpose? Could the Vatican, with its ancient secrets and immense power, be one of the institutions that knows the truth and has been actively concealing it from humanity for centuries? Have you ever experienced a strange sense of familiarity in a new place? A feeling that you've been there before, even though you know you haven't? Or perhaps you've noticed inconsistencies in your memories, like the famous example of the Berenstain Bears spelling, where many people vividly remember it being spelled Berenstein. These are often dismissed as tricks of the mind, but what if they're actually glitches in the matrix, momentary cracks in the code that reveal the simulated nature of our reality? These glitches are those moments, the synchronicities that you experience in your everyday life. It's as though the universe is trying to say, "Hey, wake up, there is so much more to this reality." Many describe it as déjà vu. But what if déjà vu is more than just a familiar feeling? What if it is just the program resetting? These unexplained phenomena challenge our assumptions about the solidity and permanence of the physical world. Nick Bostrom's simulation argument a widely discussed philosophical proposition, suggests that at least one of the following statements must be true. First, that it is impossible for a civilization to reach a level of technological sophistication where they can create realistic simulations. Second, that a civilization would choose not to create such simulations, even if they could. Or third, that we are almost certainly living in a simulation. Given the rapid pace of technological advancement, the first statement seems increasingly unlikely. And assuming a civilization does reach that point, is it really so far-fetched to imagine that they would be curious enough to explore the possibilities of creating simulated worlds? That leaves us with the third option. But here's the truth. This isn't just an academic debate. Understanding the simulated nature of reality can empower you to take control of your life in ways you never thought possible. If reality is a program, then it can be hacked. But here's where it gets really interesting. The Vatican, with its vast archives of ancient texts and esoteric knowledge, may hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the simulation. For centuries, rumors have swirled about what lies hidden within the Vatican's secret libraries. Could they possess ancient texts that confirm the simulated nature of reality? Could they have deciphered the code and be using this knowledge to maintain their power and control? It seems far-fetched, but consider the Vatican's historical suppression of dissenting viewpoints and alternative knowledge. From the persecution of scientists like Galileo to the suppression of Gnostic Gospels that offered a different perspective on Jesus' teachings, the Vatican has a long history of controlling information and shaping the narrative of reality. This history gives us a clue. And is it such a leap to consider the Church gatekeepers? Like in the movie, The Matrix, some of the elite want to remain in the simulation at the cost of others' freedom. This would explain why the Church would want to hide these powers, as keeping the information is the ultimate power. What if you could bend the rules of the simulation, rewrite your own code, and create a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment? The good news is that you can. Understanding that reality may be a construct allows you to consciously influence the program. The law of attraction, often dismissed as pseudoscience, can be seen as a powerful tool for manipulating the simulation. By focusing your thoughts and intentions on what you desire, you can attract those experiences into your reality. Think of it as programming the universe to deliver what you want. Practicing lucid dreaming can offer direct access to the simulated nature of reality. In a lucid dream, you become aware that you are dreaming, and you can consciously control your actions and the dream environment. This provides a unique opportunity to experiment with the rules of the simulation and to explore the boundaries of what is possible. What if lucid dreaming could unlock a deeper understanding of your reality? Affirmations and visualizations are other powerful tools for reprogramming your subconscious mind, the underlying code that governs your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. By repeatedly affirming positive statements about yourself and your life, you can rewrite your subconscious beliefs and create a new reality for yourself. Visualizing your goals and desires as if they have already been achieved can further accelerate the manifestation process. Imagine seeing yourself already living the life you desire, feeling the emotions associated with that reality, and acting as if it is already true. Gratitude, too, is a powerful reality hacking technique. By focusing on what you're grateful for, you shift your energy and attract more positive experiences into your life. Think about it. The more you appreciate what you have, the more the universe will provide. But here's the thing. All these techniques require a positive mindset. Detaching from fear and limiting beliefs is essential for transcending the limitations of the simulation. Fear is a virus that can corrupt the code, preventing you from creating the reality you desire. Beliefs, on the other hand, are the programming language that shapes your experience. By consciously choosing empowering beliefs, you can rewrite your code and unlock your full potential. So here's a challenge. Experiment with these reality hacking techniques. Actively try to manifest a specific desire or experience in your life, documenting your progress and sharing your results in the comments below. What did you experience? Did you see any results? What obstacles did you face? Then, share what you learn. We've seen how understanding the possibility that we live in a simulation can be transformative, empowering you to hack your reality and create a life of abundance and joy. If this world is a construct, what is the purpose of your soul's journey within this simulated reality? What are you really here to do? Could your soul's purpose be to awaken others to the truth, to help them break free from the matrix, and to create a new reality based on love, compassion, and unity? Perhaps reviewing your past lives or accessing the Akashic records might give you a clue. In the next section, we will delve into the mysteries of the soul, explore techniques for accessing your Akashic records, and uncover the secrets to living a life of purpose and fulfillment. Prepare to embark on a journey of self-discovery that will reveal the astonishing truth about your soul's origin and your role in the grand scheme of the universe. For finding your soul's purpose will give you the ultimate freedom. What if your soul purpose isn't just some lofty ideal, but a powerful, disruptive force encoded within you, designed to shatter the illusion of this simulated reality? What if the very act of discovering and embracing your unique energetic signature is the key to unlocking your true potential and dismantling the control matrix? It is. Think about it. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us what we should be, what we should do, and how we should live. From a young age, we're funneled into predefined roles, pressured to conform to societal expectations, and steered away from pursuing our true passions. How many people do you know who are stuck in dead-end jobs, living lives that don't align with their deepest desires, simply because they've been conditioned to believe that's all they're capable of? This is not by accident. What if the very systems designed to guide us, like the church, are in reality constructed to keep us enslaved? What if discovering your soul's purpose is the ultimate act of rebellion against those who seek to control you, a declaration of independence from the simulated reality they've so carefully constructed? The controllers know that if you tap into your true potential, you become an unstoppable force, capable of rewriting the rules of the game and creating a reality of your own design. This is why they actively try to distract you from discovering your true calling, keeping you trapped in a cycle of endless consumption, mindless entertainment, and superficial pursuits. But here's the thing. Your soul's purpose is not something to be found outside yourself, but rather unleashed from within. But how do you unearth this hidden blueprint, this energetic signature that holds the key to your freedom? One powerful method is accessing the Akashic records, the energetic library of all souls' journeys, a vast repository of information containing the history of every thought, word, and deed that has ever occurred. Imagine it as the universe's ultimate search engine, where you can tap into the wisdom of past lives, uncover hidden talents and abilities, and gain clarity on your soul's mission in this lifetime. By delving into the Akashic records, you can begin to understand the patterns and themes that have shaped your existence and gain valuable insights into your unique purpose and potential. What is the Vatican's official stance on the Akashic records? Past life regression offers another powerful avenue for uncovering your soul's purpose, allowing you to journey back through time and remember your energetic specialty, the unique set of skills, talents, and experiences that you've cultivated over countless lifetimes. What if you were a healer in ancient Egypt, a visionary artist in Renaissance Italy, or a wise teacher in ancient India? By revisiting these past incarnations, you can reactivate dormant abilities, reclaim lost knowledge, and gain a deeper understanding of your soul's evolutionary path. But here's what most people miss. Past life regression isn't just about reliving past experiences. It's about integrating the wisdom and lessons learned into your present-day life, empowering you to step into your true potential and fulfill your soul's mission. Developing your intuition is yet another critical key to unlocking your soul's purpose, allowing you to receive direct guidance from your higher self, the wise and loving aspect of your being that is always connected to the divine source. Think of your intuition as your inner compass, a subtle yet powerful voice that whispers to you in moments of quiet contemplation, guiding you towards the path that is aligned with your soul's highest good. By learning to quiet the chatter of your conscious mind and amplify the intuitive voice, you can access a wealth of wisdom, clarity, and inspiration that will help you make aligned decisions and navigate life's challenges with grace and ease. What meditations can help develop your intuition? These methods accessing the Akashic records, exploring past life regressions, and developing intuition are not just esoteric practices. They are pathways to accessing higher states of consciousness, connecting with divine guidance, and reclaiming your true power as a co-creator of reality. The key is to recognize that you are not separate from the divine source, but rather an integral part of it, a unique expression of God experiencing itself in human form. The Vatican would like to position itself as the only intermediary with God, but they know that each person is a piece of God, which is why they don't want the masses exploring these methods. But here's the challenge. How do you take this newfound knowledge and align your life with your soul's calling? It begins with identifying your core values, the guiding principles that define who you are at your deepest level. Are you driven by creativity, compassion, freedom, or integrity? Once you've identified your core values, you can begin to make choices that align with them, both in your personal and professional life. What choices are you making that align with what you value? Setting clear intentions is another crucial step in aligning with your soul's purpose. What do you truly desire to create in your life? What impact do you want to make on the world? By setting clear intentions, you focus your energy and attention on what you want to manifest, attracting the resources, opportunities, and synchronicities needed to bring your vision to life. But it's not enough to just set intentions. You must also take inspired action, following the breadcrumbs that the universe lays out before you, trusting that each step you take will lead you closer to your desired outcome. What intentions are you setting? Surrounding yourself with supportive people is essential for staying aligned with your soul's purpose. Who are the people in your life who encourage your growth, believe in your potential, and lift you up when you're feeling discouraged? These are the people you want to surround yourself with, the ones who will help you stay on track and keep you moving forward. Conversely, it's important to distance yourself from those who drain your energy, doubt your abilities, or try to hold you back. Who are the people who are holding you back? Releasing limiting beliefs and fears is perhaps the most challenging, yet most rewarding, aspect of aligning with your soul's purpose. What are the stories you've been telling yourself that are holding you back from stepping into your true potential? Are you afraid of failure, judgment, or success? By identifying these limiting beliefs and fears, you can begin to challenge them, rewrite them, and replace them with empowering beliefs that support your growth and expansion. You can do it. But here's the thing. Even seemingly mundane tasks can be infused with purpose when viewed through the lens of service. If your true calling is to be a healer, but you're currently working as an accountant, how can you reframe your job so that you can use your skills to help others? Perhaps you can offer pro bono services to low-income clients or volunteer your time at a local charity. The key is to find ways to integrate your passions and talents into your daily life, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. Every job can have a purpose. What skills can you use to serve others? Even your interactions with the world can be viewed as opportunities to serve. Every encounter, every conversation, every interaction is a chance to offer kindness, compassion, and support to those around you. By shifting your focus from self-interest to service, you not only make a positive impact on the world, but you also align yourself with the flow of universal energy, attracting abundance, joy, and fulfillment into your own life. The simulation knows this and will offer many challenges. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Aligning with your soul's purpose is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey of self-reflection, growth, and adaptation. It requires a willingness to constantly question your beliefs, challenge your assumptions, and step outside of your comfort zone. Journaling your findings can help you better align with your goals. You must also be prepared to embrace uncertainty, to trust the unknown, and to surrender to the flow of life, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even when it doesn't make sense in the moment. So here's a challenge. Align your life with your soul's calling. Share how this improves your experience. We've explored the importance of discovering and living in alignment with your soul's purpose as a means of breaking free from the simulation's limitations and reclaiming your sovereignty. By unleashing your inner compass, unearthing your soul's blueprint, and becoming the architect of your own destiny, you can tap into your true power as source energy and create a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. But what if the simulation is designed so that your purpose can only be discovered through direct, personal experience and not through external authorities, including the Church? What if the Vatican's suppression of soul purpose is, in fact, a deliberate attempt to keep individuals trapped within the simulation, preventing them from realizing their true potential and reclaiming their freedom? If everyone knew their purpose, then who would work for them? We will delve into the specific ways in which the Vatican distorts and manipulates the concept of soul purpose to maintain its power and control, revealing the secrets to breaking free from their influence and creating a life of true meaning and fulfillment. Prepare to uncover the Vatican's ultimate strategy for keeping you enslaved to the simulation, and discover the key to unlocking your infinite potential and creating a world of your own design. In the next section, we'll explore the history of this suppression, exposing the specific tactics they've used to control the narrative around soul purpose, and revealing the ancient secrets they've been desperately trying to conceal. For this information holds the key to your liberation and the awakening of humanity. What if the Vatican isn't just suppressing the idea of your soul purpose, but actively redefining it, twisting it into a counterfeit calling designed to keep you tethered to their power structure? What if the Church's carefully crafted narrative of God's plan, or vocation, isn't divinely inspired, but a sophisticated tool for social control? Think about it. Are you truly living your purpose, or are you living the purpose that has been assigned to you? How does the Vatican's version of God's plan actually function as a tool for social control, limiting individual expression and perpetuating obedience to the institution? Consider the countless individuals who have felt pressured to conform to religious expectations, sacrificing their own dreams and desires in the name of serving God. How many forced or loveless marriages have been sanctioned by the Church, perpetuating a cycle of unhappiness and stifling the individual's potential for authentic connection? It's time to challenge the assumption that the Church's teachings on purpose are inherently benevolent. It's time to pull back the curtain. The Vatican employs a carefully constructed system of control, utilizing doctrine, ritual, and information to shape its followers' understanding of purpose. Take, for example, the pervasive doctrine of serve God, not yourself. While seemingly virtuous, this message can be twisted to discourage self-discovery, personal ambition, and the pursuit of one's unique passions. How many people have abandoned their dreams of becoming artists, entrepreneurs, or innovators, believing that such pursuits are selfish or worldly? It's not about serving a divine power, it's about serving those in power. Rituals, too, play a crucial role in shaping the Vatican's counterfeit calling. Emphasizing selflessness and sacrifice discourages personal ambition and self-discovery. Think of the emphasis on poverty and obedience, virtues that reinforce submission to authority and discourage the pursuit of wealth and independence. How many individuals have been conditioned to believe that their worth lies in their ability to suffer and sacrifice, rather than in their ability to create and thrive? Is it really about faith, or is it about control? But the Vatican's control of information is perhaps the most insidious aspect of their strategy. By discouraging exploration of alternative spiritual paths or self-help methodologies, they limit their followers' access to knowledge that might lead them away from the Church. The shocking truth is that the Vatican actively discourages critical thinking, independent inquiry, and any form of self-discovery that does not align with their established doctrines. How many people have been taught to fear questioning authority, blindly accepting the Church's teachings without ever examining them for themselves? What's even more alarming is the way that women have been controlled by the Church, and how women's purpose is always defined as being a mother. Historically, the Vatican has wielded its influence to shape societal norms and expectations around vocation, career, and family life, reinforcing its counterfeit calling. Consider the historical suppression of female voices and the perpetuation of patriarchal structures that limit women's opportunities and confine them to predetermined roles. How many women have been denied access to education, leadership positions, or even the freedom to choose their own life paths, simply because of their gender? How many people in power within the Church live lavish lifestyles while preaching that you can't serve yourself? The key is to recognize that you have the power to rewrite your script, to reclaim your authentic purpose, and to break free from the Vatican's counterfeit calling. Start by questioning the limiting beliefs that have been imposed upon you, challenging the external expectations that have shaped your choices. Examine your values, reflect on what truly brings you joy, and identify ways to align your actions with your authentic self. What truly brings you joy? Rediscovering your unique gifts and talents is another crucial step in reclaiming your authentic purpose. Experiment with different activities, seek feedback from trusted sources, and embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Volunteer for a cause you care about, start a passion project, or have an honest conversation with someone about your needs and desires. The key is to step outside of your comfort zone, to take risks, and to explore the uncharted territories of your own potential. How are you going to step outside of your comfort zone? Setting healthy boundaries is essential for protecting your energy and staying aligned with your soul's true purpose. Disconnect from toxic relationships, prioritize self-care, and learn to say no to demands that do not align with your values or priorities. The shocking truth is that many religious people maintain unhealthy relationships in the name of religion. It's about reclaiming your power, setting your limits, and protecting your sacred space. What boundaries do you need to put in place? The power of intention and belief cannot be overstated when it comes to creating a life that is aligned with your soul's true purpose. Regardless of external pressures or expectations, use affirmations, visualizations, and positive self-talk to reinforce your commitment to living authentically. Imagine yourself living a life of purpose, passion, and fulfillment, and allow that vision to guide your choices and actions. What are you going to commit to? But here's the challenge. Take one small step each day to align your life with your authentic purpose, even if it means challenging the expectations of your family, friends, or religious community. Start a passion project, volunteer for a cause you care about, or have an honest conversation with someone about your needs and desires. Share your experiences in the comments below and inspire others to break free from the Vatican's counterfeit calling and embrace their true potential. How can you inspire others today? We've explored the Vatican's manipulative strategies for distorting the concept of soul purpose and the importance of reclaiming your authentic purpose as a means of liberation. We've seen how their control mechanisms, rooted in doctrine, ritual, and information, can keep individuals trapped in a cycle of obedience and conformity. What's next? But if your soul's purpose is not determined by external authorities or societal expectations, but by something within you, what is it? How do we find this internal compass, this guiding light that will lead us towards a life of true meaning and fulfillment? The key to unlocking your true purpose lies in connecting with your inner wisdom and intuition, accessing a deeper source of guidance that transcends the limitations of the physical world. This internal compass is something they can't steal from you. Prepare to embark on a journey of self-discovery that will reveal the astonishing power of your intuition and its ability to guide you towards a life of true meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. In the next section, we will delve into the mysteries of intuition, explore the concept of the inner child, and uncover the secrets to aligning your life with the wisdom of your soul. We will learn how quantum entanglement connects to intuition. What if the answers you seek, the guidance you crave, have been inside you all along, a direct line to source that the Vatican actively obscures by positioning itself as the sole interpreter of divine will? What if your intuition, that quiet inner voice, is not merely a feeling, but a sophisticated form of intelligence, a whisper from God that they desperately want you to ignore? Think about it. If the Vatican actively steers you away from trusting your inner voice, what are they truly afraid you'll discover? The Vatican benefits immensely from maintaining its role as the sole intermediary between you and the divine. By discouraging you from trusting your own intuition, they ensure your continued reliance on their doctrines, rituals, and authority. Consider this. If you believe you need a priest to interpret God's word, you will always be dependent on the church. If you believe that you need a priest, you will spend your life seeking his guidance and approval rather than developing your own connection to the divine. What would happen if everyone realized that they could access divine wisdom directly without the need for intermediaries or institutions? The very foundations of the Vatican's power would begin to crumble. The true power lies within you. The dismissal of intuition as irrational or unreliable is a carefully crafted deception designed to keep you disconnected from your inner wisdom. In reality, intuition is a sophisticated form of intelligence honed over millennia of human experience. It is the culmination of countless observations, insights, and connections stored within your subconscious mind, a vast reservoir of knowledge that transcends the limitations of conscious thought. While science once scoffed at the notion of intuition, modern research is now revealing the profound ways in which our brains process information beyond the realm of conscious awareness. Did you know that studies have shown that people can make accurate decisions based on intuitive feelings, even when they lack conscious awareness of the reasons behind their choices? You are more powerful than you realize. The key is to quiet the conscious mind, to create space for your intuition to be heard. Meditation, mindfulness, and breathwork are powerful tools for cultivating this inner stillness, allowing you to bypass the constant chatter of your thoughts and access the deeper wisdom that lies within. Think of meditation as tuning into a specific radio frequency. When you are in a meditative state, you are able to hear what is beyond the chatter of your mind. The heart plays a crucial role in intuition, acting as a powerful center of intelligence that communicates directly with the brain. This is what some refer to as heart-brain coherence. Did you know that the heart generates an electromagnetic field that is far stronger than that of the brain, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions? By cultivating heart coherence through practices like gratitude and compassion, you can amplify your intuitive abilities and align yourself with the wisdom of your soul. Trust your heart. Dream work provides another powerful avenue for accessing your intuition, offering a glimpse into the symbolic language of your subconscious mind. Your dreams are often filled with messages, insights, and guidance that can help you navigate your life path. Learning to interpret these symbols and messages can unlock a wealth of wisdom, revealing hidden patterns, subconscious beliefs, and untapped potential. Are you paying attention to your dreams? These practices connect you to a broader, ancient understanding of energy fields and subtle realms, realms that the Church doesn't want you to know exist. Trance meditations and techniques for astral travel can allow you to consciously explore these realms, expanding your awareness and accessing even deeper levels of intuitive insight. Consider the ancient mystics, shamans, and healers who have used these techniques for centuries to connect with the divine, gain wisdom, and heal themselves and others. What are they hiding? Think about it. The Vatican encourages you to trust the Bible, to rely on external doctrines and interpretations, rather than trusting your own inner guidance. But what if trusting your intuition is actually the truest form of following God, Listening to the still, small voice within that speaks directly from the source. What if the answers you seek are not to be found in ancient texts, but in the wisdom of your own soul? Think about the concept of trusting your gut. The key to navigating the labyrinth of deception is to discern genuine intuition from ego-driven desires, fears, or wishful thinking. Your ego will try to trick you. Learn to distinguish the quiet, clear voice of intuition from the loud, insistent demands of your ego. Ask yourself whether a specific decision feels expansive and aligned with your values, or restrictive and driven by fear. Does it resonate with your soul, or does it simply gratify your ego's desires? This is not always an easy task. Here's how you can begin making decisions guided by intuition. In various areas of your life, start by quieting your mind and asking for guidance. Before making a career choice, a relationship decision, or a financial investment, pause, breathe, and tune into your inner voice. Notice the feelings, sensations, and images that arise. Do you feel a sense of peace, excitement, or alignment? Or do you experience resistance, anxiety, or unease? Managing doubt and skepticism is an essential part of following your intuition, especially in a world that often prioritizes logic and reason over inner wisdom. You must develop self-trust and inner validation. Keep a journal to document the results of following your intuition over time. As you begin to see the positive outcomes of trusting your inner guidance, your confidence will grow and your doubts will begin to fade. The shocking truth is that the more you use your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Think of it as a muscle that grows stronger with use. The more you listen to your inner voice, the more easily you will recognize it, and the more confidently you will follow its guidance. Like a body aligning itself into a specific pose, your body will begin to crave the intuition, and it becomes easier to align yourself with your intuition. But here's the challenge. I challenge you to follow your intuition over logic in your day-to-day life, even in small ways. Choose a different route to work, try a new restaurant, or strike up a conversation with a stranger who catches your eye. Notice what happens when you step outside of your comfort zone and allow your intuition to guide you. Don't be afraid. We've explored the importance of developing and trusting your intuition as a means of connecting with your inner wisdom and living a life of authenticity and purpose. We've seen how the Vatican discourages you from trusting your own intuition. Who are they encouraging you to trust, and who benefits from that reliance? The shocking truth is that there may be a hidden spiritual hierarchy operating behind the scenes at the Vatican, influencing its policies and doctrines in ways you can't even imagine. What if the Vatican is being used as a tool? The Vatican benefits immensely from you not realizing your true power. In the next section, we will delve into the mysteries of spiritual warfare, explore the concept of archons, and uncover the secrets to protecting yourself from negative influences. Prepare to confront the ultimate truth about the battle for your soul and discover the power of your intuition to guide you towards a life of freedom, purpose, and divine connection. But what if the Vatican's agenda extends beyond earthly power struggles, beyond political maneuvering and financial gain? What if unseen forces are at play, subtly influencing the decisions and doctrines of the Church, turning it into a vessel for an agenda far more sinister than you can imagine? Are the leaders even aware of this influence? Imagine the Vatican as a stage, and the Pope and other high-ranking officials as actors, unknowingly reciting lines written by unseen playwrights. What if these playwrights are the archons, malevolent entities described in Gnostic texts, who thrive on negative energy and seek to keep humanity enslaved in a prison of fear and ignorance? Does this mean that everyone in the Vatican is evil or complicit? Not necessarily. Even the most devout followers may be unknowingly manipulated, their good intentions twisted to serve a dark agenda. Think about it. Even seemingly benevolent institutions can be infiltrated and corrupted from within. If the Vatican is being influenced by archons, what is their ultimate goal, and how does it affect humanity's spiritual evolution? What if their aim is to sever our connection to Source, to keep us trapped in a cycle of suffering and separation, preventing us from realizing our true potential as divine beings? The archons, according to Gnostic texts, are not physical beings, but rather energetic entities that inhabit the lower realms of existence. They are said to be born out of chaos and ignorance, and their primary goal is to maintain their power by feeding off the negative energy of humanity. Think of them as parasites, draining our life force and using it to fuel their own existence. They cannot create. They can only mimic and distort. They influence human behavior by promoting fear, division, and the illusion of separation from Source God. This stops people from finding their true purpose. War, poverty, environmental destruction, these are all symptoms of archonic influence, manifestations of the negativity that they thrive on. How do they achieve this? But here's the thing. The Vatican's doctrines and practices may inadvertently serve the archon's agenda, reinforcing beliefs that perpetuate fear, guilt, and obedience to external authority. Think about the emphasis on sin and punishment, the need for confession and absolution, the unquestioning obedience to the Pope and other church leaders. Do these doctrines empower you, or do they keep you in a state of fear and dependence? What if, by emphasizing these things, the Vatican is inadvertently creating a fertile ground for archonic influence to take root? It's like planting seeds of fear and reaping a harvest of control. Imagine archons as non-physical puppet masters controlling a vast global network of influence. How can non-physical beings exert such control? They operate through energy, manipulating the subtle fields of consciousness that surround us. They use energy parasites, thought forms infused with negative energy, to influence world events, infiltrate institutions, and manipulate individuals. These energy parasites attach themselves to people who are already vibrating at a low frequency, feeding off their fear, anger, and resentment. Do you know people like this? Here's where it gets even more disturbing. Archons are masters of mimicry. They can disguise themselves as angels, ascended masters, or even deceased loved ones, deceiving those who are not spiritually discerning. This is why it is so important to develop your intuition and learn to trust your inner guidance. If you are not able to distinguish between truth and falsehood, you are vulnerable to their manipulation. Consider how these energy parasites can influence the Catholic Church. By attaching themselves to key figures within the church hierarchy, they can subtly influence their decisions, pushing them towards policies and practices that serve the archon's agenda. This doesn't mean that everyone in the church is evil, but it does mean that the institution is vulnerable to external influence. The key is to sever the strings, to reclaim your energetic sovereignty and break free from the archon's control. How do you do this? The truth is that you have the power to shield yourself from archonic influence, to create an energetic barrier that repels their negative energy. The first step is to regularly cleanse your energy field. This can be done through various techniques, such as smudging with sage, taking salt baths, or visualizing a protective shield of white light surrounding you. You must cleanse yourself regularly. Practicing mindfulness is another powerful tool for protecting yourself from archonic influence. By becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions, you can identify and release negative patterns that make you vulnerable to their manipulation. When you notice yourself thinking a negative thought, challenge it. Ask yourself whether it is based on truth or fear. If it is based on fear, release it and replace it with a positive affirmation. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. Here's where it gets interesting. Cultivating self-love and compassion is essential for breaking free from the archon's control. The archons thrive on negativity, so by filling yourself with love and compassion, you create an energetic force field that they cannot penetrate. Treat yourself with kindness and forgiveness. Practice gratitude for all the blessings in your life. Extend compassion to others, even those who have wronged you. Love is the ultimate weapon against the archons. By doing this, you disconnect from the archon's power grid. Strengthening your connection with Source God is the most powerful way to protect yourself from archonic influence. Spend time in nature, connecting to the earth. Meditate regularly, quieting your mind and opening yourself to divine guidance. Use crystals, such as amethyst and black tourmaline, to amplify your energy field and repel negative influences. Work with mantras, repeating positive affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind. This is what they want you to stay away from. Here's the challenge. Commit to one daily practice for strengthening your energetic sovereignty and protecting yourself from archonic influence. This could be a daily meditation, prayer, and/or journaling to connect with inner guidance. Share your experiences in the comments below. What if you could be part of a revolution against unseen forces? So, we've explored the potential for the Vatican to be influenced by archons and the importance of reclaiming energetic sovereignty as a means of liberation. The answer lies within you, in your ability to connect with your inner wisdom and shield yourself from negative influences. But if the Vatican is susceptible to archonic influence, are there alternative spiritual traditions that offer a more direct path to Source God, free from these negative forces, outside of current, religious frameworks? What would it be like if there was an entirely separate framework? Prepare to discover a lost tradition of spiritual practice that could hold the key to unlocking your full potential and creating a world free from the control of unseen forces. The answer is the way to freedom. But what if the traditions that offer a more direct path to Source, the ones that exist outside of current, religious frameworks, have been intentionally obscured, their true essence diluted or distorted by those seeking to maintain control? Imagine a lineage of spiritual knowledge, passed down through generations, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be rediscovered by those who resonate with its frequency. What if this is a path to avoid archonic influence? The Essenes, a Jewish mystical sect active during the time of Jesus, represent just such a possibility. Often relegated to the fringes of historical accounts, the Essenes prioritized direct spiritual experience over the rigid doctrines and hierarchical structures of mainstream Judaism. Were they spiritual rebels, seeking a more personal and authentic connection with the divine? What if, instead of a fringe group, they were actually the keepers of an ancient flame, preserving wisdom and practices that were deliberately suppressed by those in power, both then and now? What role might the archons have played in this suppression? If the Essenes represented an alternative path to spiritual enlightenment, what were their key teachings and practices, and how do they compare to those of mainstream Christianity, or what it has become? To understand the Essenes, we must first understand their radical commitment to community, purity, and healing. Unlike the materialistic values that permeate modern society, and which some might argue have infiltrated even religious institutions, the Essenes embraced a communal lifestyle, sharing their resources, practicing nonviolence, and living in harmony with nature. Imagine a society where cooperation and compassion are the guiding principles, where individual needs are met through collective effort, and where the pursuit of spiritual growth takes precedence over the accumulation of wealth and power. Think about the implications for a world riddled with inequality, conflict, and environmental destruction. Their emphasis on simple living, sustainable agriculture, and environmental stewardship directly challenged the prevailing norms of their time, and perhaps ours as well. Could the Vatican's amassing of wealth and land be seen as the opposite of what Christ intended? The Essenes also placed a strong emphasis on purity, both physical and spiritual, as a means of accessing higher states of consciousness. They practiced regular fasting, cleansing rituals, and mindful eating, viewing the body as a temple to be purified and honored. This is in stark contrast to the Catholic Church's more symbolic approach to purification, such as confession and absolution, which, some might argue, can inadvertently perpetuate feelings of guilt and shame. Consider the power of intention in every aspect of your life, from the food you consume to the thoughts you entertain. The Essenes understood that true purity extends beyond the physical realm, encompassing the mind, emotions, and spirit. Their use of natural remedies, such as herbs and essential oils, and their deep connection to the healing power of nature further distinguished them from the more formalized and ritualistic practices of mainstream religion. Is the modern world, with its processed foods and toxic environments, actively suppressing our natural ability to heal? But here's where it gets really interesting. The Essenes' focus on healing extended beyond the physical body to encompass the mind and spirit. They used prayer, meditation, and energy work to promote wholeness, recognizing the interconnectedness of all aspects of being. This holistic approach to healing stands in contrast to the more compartmentalized view of modern medicine, which often treats the body as a machine, separate from the mind and emotions. The Essenes understood that true healing requires addressing the root causes of illness, which may lie in unresolved emotional trauma, limiting beliefs, or a disconnection from Source God. They integrated spiritual and physical well-being seamlessly, viewing illness as an opportunity for growth and transformation. Specific Essene healing practices included the laying on of hands, sound healing, and the use of sacred geometry, all of which predate similar practices in the Catholic Church. Is it possible that these practices were adopted and adapted by the early Church, while their original source and intention were deliberately obscured? So, how can we incorporate these Essene principles into our modern lives, reclaiming our inner temple and connecting with our innate healing abilities? The key is to start small, making conscious choices that align with the Essenes' values of community, purity, and healing. Begin by cultivating a community based on shared values, seeking out like-minded individuals who support your spiritual growth and personal well-being. Practice mindful eating, paying attention to the quality and source of your food, and connecting with nature on a regular basis. Incorporate daily meditation and prayer into your routine, quieting your mind and opening yourself to divine guidance. How do you choose to interact with others? Adopting Essene principles of nonviolence involves seeking peaceful resolutions to conflict, practicing empathy and compassion, and refraining from gossip and negative speech. This can be challenging in a world filled with division and animosity, but it is essential for creating a more harmonious and just society. Cultivate empathy by putting yourself in the shoes of others, seeking to understand their perspectives and experiences. Refrain from gossip and negative speech, focusing instead on speaking words of kindness, encouragement, and truth. This may seem like a small thing, but it can have a profound impact on your relationships and your own inner peace. Can the world be more peaceful? But here's the thing. Energetic healing, as practiced by the Essenes, can be a powerful tool for promoting physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Incorporate these practices into your daily routine, experimenting with different techniques to find what resonates with you. Practice grounding and earthing techniques, connecting directly with the Earth's energy to balance your own biofield. Use crystals to amplify your intentions and promote healing. Explore the power of sound healing, using instruments or vocalizations to clear energetic blockages and restore harmony. And most importantly, trust your intuition, allowing your inner wisdom to guide you on your healing journey. Connecting to the Earth may offer protection from the archons. So, we've explored the Essenes' key teachings and practices, recognizing their potential as an alternative path to spiritual enlightenment, free from the dogma and control of institutionalized religion. We can recognize their focus on direct experience, inner wisdom, and community. But here is a key question. Could Jesus himself have been influenced by the Essenes, drawing upon their teachings and practices to develop his own message of love, compassion, and healing? If so, did the Vatican suppress this connection to maintain its power, controlling the narrative around Jesus and his message? What did the Essenes know that the Catholic Church does not, or doesn't want you to know? Prepare to uncover a shocking truth about the origins of Christianity and the Vatican's role in shaping the narrative around Jesus and his message. a truth that could change everything you thought you knew about faith, spirituality, and the power of self-discovery. What if Christ learned the art of energy healing from the Essenes, and the Vatican actively tried to hide that fact? What if the Vatican is complicit in hiding Christ's true message from the world, whether knowingly or not? What forces might be at play to ensure this continues? But what if the image we have of Jesus, the solitary preacher wandering the Judean countryside, is incomplete? What if his formative years were spent not in the small town of Nazareth, but within the structured, deeply spiritual community of the Essenes? This controversial theory challenges the traditional narrative of Jesus' upbringing and early influences, suggesting that his teachings, his mission, and even his relationship with the established religious authorities of his time were profoundly shaped by his Essene upbringing. Think about the implications. How does this radical shift in perspective change the entire story we've been told? Consider this. Was Jesus truly a solitary figure, divinely inspired but isolated from any real mentorship or community influence? Or was he, perhaps, raised and mentored in secret, immersed in the esoteric knowledge and healing practices of the Essenes? If Jesus was raised as an Essene, how would this radically alter our understanding of his teachings, his mission, and his relationship with the established religious authorities of his time? Imagine the implications of this red pill, and how profoundly it would change our understanding. Would it challenge the very foundations of established Christian doctrine? To grasp the potential significance of this connection, we must journey back to first-century Palestine, a region simmering with social, political, and religious tensions. The Essenes, with their emphasis on communal living, ritual purity, and direct spiritual experience, stood apart from the mainstream Jewish sects like the Pharisees and Sadducees. Were they merely a fringe group, or did they represent a powerful undercurrent of spiritual resistance to the Roman occupation and the increasingly corrupt temple establishment? Some scholars believe the Essenes were, in fact, revolutionaries. They emphasized the spiritual over the material. They valued direct connection to source. Consider the Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered in caves near the Essene settlement of Qumran. These ancient texts, hidden for centuries, offer a tantalizing glimpse into the beliefs and practices of this enigmatic group. While there is no explicit mention of Jesus in the surviving fragments, the parallels between the Essenes' teachings and those attributed to Jesus are striking. Could these scrolls hold a key to understanding Jesus' formative years and the true origins of his message? What if a future discovery of additional scrolls explicitly links Jesus to the Essenes? Analyze the similarities between Jesus' teachings and those of the Essenes, the emphasis on love, compassion, forgiveness, and inner purity. The rejection of empty ritualism and the pursuit of a direct, personal relationship with God, the practice of healing and the belief in the power of the Spirit. These resonate deeply with the core tenets of the Essene worldview. The Essenes emphasized community and sharing resources, something Jesus also supported. Isn't it possible that Jesus drew inspiration, knowledge, and practical skills from the Essene tradition, adapting and expanding upon them to create his own unique spiritual path? What if it was simply a continuation and not a divergence? Consider the figure of John the Baptist, a contemporary of Jesus and a pivotal figure in the Gospels. Some scholars suggest that John, with his ascetic lifestyle and his message of repentance and purification, may have also been a member of the Essenes, or at least heavily influenced by their teachings. If both Jesus and John were connected to the Essene community, what does this tell us about the broader spiritual landscape of first-century Palestine and the potential for a shared source of inspiration? Was John the Baptist paving the way for Jesus, and if so, under whose guidance? But here's the thing. The Dead Sea Scrolls, potential key to unlocking this hidden history, were deliberately hidden away, buried in caves for nearly 2 millennia. Why? Was it simply to preserve them from the ravages of time, or was there a more deliberate attempt to conceal their contents from prying eyes? What if these scrolls contain information that could challenge the established narratives of Christianity and expose the true origins of Jesus' teachings? Who might want to suppress such knowledge, and why? Consider also how so many books referencing these scrolls are hard to find today. So, how can we draw inspiration from the Essenes and Jesus in our own lives, embodying their message of love, service, and spiritual transformation? The key is to start by prioritizing love, compassion, and forgiveness in our interactions with others, extending these qualities not only to our friends and family, but also to those who challenge or offend us. Think about how different the world would be if everyone operated with these principles. How do you react when someone challenges you? Seek inner purity through mindfulness, meditation, and self-reflection, cultivating a deep awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and striving to align them with our highest values. Connect with nature, spending time in the natural world, appreciating its beauty and wisdom, and recognizing our interconnectedness with all living things. What can you do to bring yourself to a place of peace so you can reflect? Consider also the importance of creating a community based on shared values, practicing nonviolence in our thoughts, words, and deeds, and advocating for social justice, working to create a more equitable and compassionate world for all. What positive changes can you implement, starting today? Where can you be of service to others? But here's the truth. Embracing the Essene path is a personal, spiritual journey that does not require membership in any particular religious institution or adherence to any specific dogma. It's about cultivating inner qualities and living in accordance with universal principles, guided by our own intuition and direct experience. It's about reclaiming our innate connection to Source. Will you make the choice to walk a more enlightened path? We've explored the potential connection between Jesus and the Essenes, examining the evidence and considering the implications for our understanding of Christianity. But what if the Vatican possesses a lost gospel, a hidden text that confirms Jesus' Essene upbringing and reveals the true extent of their influence on his teachings? And what if they have suppressed this gospel for centuries, deliberately concealing it from the world to maintain their power and control? Why would they hide this truth, and what would be the consequences of its revelation? Does the ancient Vatican archive hold secrets that could rewrite history? Prepare to confront a shocking revelation about the Vatican's ultimate motive for suppressing the truth about Jesus and the Essenes, a motive that could shake the foundations of Christianity and change the course of human history forever. It all comes down to power, doesn't it? What if the Vatican is afraid of the truth? As we draw to a close, it's time to weave together the threads of our exploration, connecting the Vatican's hidden motives with the Essenes, Jesus, and the power of energy healing that is your divine birthright. We've traversed ancient texts, uncovered hidden histories, and explored the depths of spiritual power. But what does it all mean? The core argument boils down to this. The Vatican has suppressed the true teachings of Christ about energy healing to maintain power and control, and to keep its coffers overflowing. Think about it. When people are healed, they require less traditional medical intervention, thus creating a reduction in wealth for the Church. But it goes even deeper than financial control. The Vatican's suppression limits access to direct spiritual experience, preventing individuals from realizing their own inherent healing abilities. The battle is for your consciousness. The means for you to take back control is in your hands. It all boils down to you discovering who you are. You can create your own miracles when you begin to acknowledge and act on your inner divine power. This suppression runs counter to the inherent power of consciousness, the interconnectedness of all things, and the importance of individual empowerment, all universal principles. As within, so without. The ancient wisdom traditions, like Gnostic teachings, tell us that the kingdom of God is within. All should have free and easy access to these practices, which flies in the face of the Vatican's long-standing agenda to monetize healing, and frankly, to keep you coming back for more. Imagine a world where everyone understood and practiced energy healing. Picture a society free from the crushing weight of medical bills and the constant fear of disease. See yourself as a master of your own energy. Envision a world where individuals are empowered to heal themselves and each other, creating a society characterized by love, compassion, and freedom. The power to heal and transform is within each individual, regardless of the actions of institutions or external forces. One person can shift the world. Challenging established beliefs can be difficult, but it's okay to question the normal. Trust your inner guidance and seek the truth wherever it may lead you. Believe in yourself and tap into your own resilience, wisdom, and inherent capabilities to navigate the challenges of life and create a more fulfilling future. I believe in you. You now have all of the information and are empowered to take control of your health and spiritual well-being. Now is the time for deep thought. What will you do with this knowledge? How will you use your newfound power to heal yourself and the world around you?